SNM Hit Squad, and welcome back, guys. Here's your boy Sean.
And your girl Mel.
Yes, guys. We are back with another video.
All right, babe.
The dangers that Gen X face.
Okay.
Now, this is going to give us some history.
Yes.
All right, and see how this generational thing play out.
Absolutely. Both of my parents are Generation X, by the way.
Okay, so
yeah,
and we are millennials.
Yes.
And we all in one box. We just different. All right.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
guys, before we get in it, go ahead and smash that like button, turn on all notifications. We're going to go ahead and dive right into it. Here we go.
If you grew up as Generation X, then it's probably a miracle you even survived. At least that's what the modern world tells us. Many of the things that were normal back then are now taboo. In this video, we will have a look back and wonder how Gen X kids even survived.
Okay.
What?
Television wasn't everything, but it was still pretty important. If you were a kid in the 70s, then you probably did not even have cable.
Right.
Most people relied on a television antenna, which was usually rabbit ears and tinfoil.
Wow.
However, there were some households that used an antenna that was mounted on top of the roof. Every so often, this antenna would need to be adjusted thanks to some wind or weather. This became a family affair. Dad, of course, was in charge of the picture, so he was right in front of the television. One of the kids would be up on top of the roof and ready to receive instructions from the relay of the rest of the family spread out from Dad. No one ever thought anything about kids being on the roof and then falling off. Most kids got up there anyways just to get a better view of the neighborhood or the stars.
Yeah.
Many newer roofs are much more steep, and that might be considered child abuse to send your kid up there. I guess it's a good thing that people don't have to deal with antennas on the roof.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Summers as a kid were always fun, and why wouldn't it be? You were out of school, and that meant you could spend more time with your friends.
Yes.
But with all that running around outside, you were bound to get thirsty. There's nothing quicker and more refreshing than a sip from the garden hose. Of course, you had to let it run a while before it got cool enough to drink, but it certainly had a distinctive taste.
Yes.
When is the last time that you've seen a kid do this?
Oh my goodness.
It's supposed to be unhealthy, yet here we
Wow.
are. But occasionally, I still take a sip from the garden hose.
That's facts.
Wow.
The garden hose was also connected to a couple other activities that parents today may consider them to be too dangerous. The first one was the slip and slide. The older editions of the slip and slide were a little bit more dangerous, and some kids broke bones or chipped teeth on these, but just about everyone slid off the end or over the side and got a grass or rock burn. Believe it or not, they still sell these, but they are a little bit safer. This next item, however, I'm not so sure about. As kids, we all enjoyed playing in the water sprinkler, but some of these sprinklers could be pretty rough. This one in particular was really dangerous. It had a solid steel base that could certainly hurt if you stubbed a toe on it or fell on it, but that wasn't the dangerous part. When the water ran through the sprinkler, it would move the metal fan blade at the top. At that point, it was like a little saw blade that was spinning fast on top, and it could cut through little water-soaked toes and feet. Kids were fast learners, though. If they got cut once, they would be sure to clear it the next time.
Wow.
Kids in our day used to be outside a lot, and we loved it. That worked out great because most of our parents really didn't want us inside the house anyways.
That's right.
Go outside
They got a break.
The sun. And sunblock? We had no idea what that was. Are you talking about a hat or a shade tree? At most, we may have depended on SPF 4, and that's only if we were super cautious. Everyone was exposed to the sun, and many of us would compare sunburns at the end of the day.
Wow.
When our skin started peeling, we would see who could peel off the biggest flake. Oh look, that one
Wow.
looks like Texas. It also wasn't uncommon to see teen girls and young women laying out and trying to get that golden beach tan. Quite often, they would speed up this process by using either coconut oil or tanning oil.
Wow.
Today, most kids get
did not
lathered
know
up
that.
with anything from 30 SPF to 100 SPF. Parents in those days certainly didn't have to watch us like the parents do today. They not only
Facts.
trusted us, but they also trusted our friends and the rest of the community.
That is so
Yes.
true.
Parents realized that we needed to do things on our own, and that was how we were going to learn. However, if they were watching and we happened to get hurt, there was no doubt that they were going to be laughing as long as it wasn't life-threatening. Bikes were everything to a Gen X kid, and they provided us a freedom that we couldn't get from anything else. We could go on adventures that were hours away from home, and for the most part, our parents had no idea where we were at.
That's so true.
We also used our bikes to jump some pretty shady ramps. We could do a lot with some plywood and bricks, and it was hours of entertainment. As we look back on our childhoods and compare it to modern kids, it's hard to believe that we did all those bike adventures with no helmet or knee pads.
Wow.
This picture pretty well sums up the generation.
Wow,
This
look
kid
at that.
is jumping his bike
that.
off of a super tall ramp. Notice that he has no helmet, knee pads, or elbow pads. Just pure fun adventure.
Absolutely.
That's a good
If this
photo.
Evel Knievel lands short, then the kid on the end is in trouble, and occasionally that did happen. As you look at the kids on the side, you can tell that they are worried about this because they've seen it happen themselves. But the best part about this photo is there's a dad sitting on the front steps and he's smoking a cigarette while he's waiting to see who gets hurt first. For him, this is as good as any gong show on television. Back in those days, cigarette smoke was everywhere, and you couldn't avoid secondhand smoke if you wanted to. In fact, most of us had at least one parent that smoked. Parents would send their kids into convenience stores to purchase cigarettes while they waited out in the car.
Wow.
Usually the clerk would just look out and get a nod from the parent, which would signal that it was okay to buy the cigarettes.
Wow.
If the parents were not around, then the kid probably needed a note from the parents saying that it was okay to buy the cigarettes.
Wow.
These notes were never all that official, and it might be written on a notepad, scratch of paper, or the back of a receipt. Dear clerk, please note my name. Have cigarettes. Thanks, Mom. Can you believe that actually worked? There's no chance that kids could ever do that today.
No way.
Not at all. The parent would get
Car
arrested
safety was
and
something else
they
that
would
most
shut the
people didn't
store
take too
down.
seriously.
You need an ID, first of all.
In the U.S., it became mandatory that every car manufactured after 1968 had to have seatbelts installed in them. But wearing them was more of a recommendation rather than a requirement until the mid-1980s. Until then, we stood up on the front seat so that we could see up over the dash, and our dad's arm was our seatbelt and
Damn, I
airbag.
remember that.
Another thing that we would do is lay up on the back dash and pick our noses as we looked at the cop car behind us.
Wow.
We thought it was super fun when Dad had to slam on the brakes and we came flying out of that back window and slammed into the back of the front seat. Back then, we had to learn how to take a fall. And the crazy thing about it is we couldn't wait to get back up there and try it again.
Yeah.
Pickup trucks were not as common as what you see today, and people that had boats would haul them with regular cars, even Cadillacs. And when Dad needed lumber, it was going on the roof of the car so that it could come home. He would tie it down a little, but it was still our job to help hold the lumber down as it was stacked on the roof.
Hold it down.
So there we were, standing up on the seat, halfway out the window, clinging to the lumber on top, while Dad had his hand on our waistband to keep us from falling out.
Wow.
Somehow his other hand was busy holding down the lumber on his side, which is pretty incredible to think about.
And driving.
At the same time, he was also steering the car, shifting gears, and smoking a cigarette.
Wow.
It's no wonder that we thought he could do anything. Remember some of the other activities we did? We all had toys that are considered dangerous now, but back then it was completely normal. Lawn darts was one of those toys. That weighted sharp point could penetrate anything if you didn't get the heck out of the way. Clackers, click-clacks, or knockers had the possibility of shattering and sending shards of plastic flying through the air like shrapnel.
Yeah.
Yet somehow, some of these clackers survived.
I remember those.
Here is my pair from the 70s.
Wow, I remember those.
Yep.
Back then, we learned how to entertain ourselves with the simplest of things. Do you remember making long chains from soda and beer can pull tabs? According to what they say today, we could have been badly cut at any moment, yet most of us had minor cuts, if any. But one dangerous activity that we all did was kite fighting. Remember this one? You would fasten razor blades to the side of your kite and then swoop it down so that you could cut the string of your friend's kite. If you were successful, then that kite would keep flying forever. But if your kite took a nosedive to the ground, then you better be quick and get out of the way of those razor blades. BB guns were another item that was quite common. Kids could go all over town with one on the front of their handlebars, and the BB wars would certainly get intense. Back then, we definitely did not have safety at the top of our list when those broke out. Firecrackers were certainly a lot more accessible.
I remember
It
firecrackers.
seemed like you could pop them off in every city, and it was
Yeah.
perfectly legal.
Not
Did
now.
you ever set off some fireworks and then place them into your Tonka truck and roll it into the driveway where some neighborhood girls were playing jacks so that you could get their attention? No? Well, I guess
I used
that
to
was
play
just me then.
jacks.
I remember jacks.
Speaking of
Jumping
jacks, they were definitely something painful to step on if you were barefoot.
Yes.
Any parent today that complains about a Lego being stepped on has probably never really stepped on a jacks.
Woo, they hurt.
Yes,
These
they
things
do.
would
So bad.
completely hide in the shag carpet, and they were like little soldiers that were waiting to
They wouldn't
ambush
pierce the
us.
skin,
It
but they
makes
would
you
hurt.
jump.
Yeah, it would definitely hurt.
With all that time that you spent on
I
the
still can
bicycle,
feel
then I'm
it.
sure that you probably came in contact with at least one of these.
Oh yeah, them
One
pedals.
slip of the foot, and this pedal could
Woo!
travel up your leg like a vegetable peeler.
Yes, it
Ooh,
could.
it
Kids
hurt.
today know nothing about that level of pain.
Man, it hurts.
Yeah.
Here is something else that could be
Wow.
really painful. These chairs were really comfortable to lay in, but when you
I
got up,
remember
you
those!
all across your skin. But that wasn't the worst part. They were not the easiest to adjust. You had to bend them all the way in so that you could adjust them further out. One wrong move and the hinges of these torture devices could snap down on you like a bear trap and take off a chunk of skin. Are these chairs even sold today?
No.
No, they don't have the wheels.
Despite all the dangers that were lurking all around us, it really was a special time to grow up in.
The monkey
People
bars
were friendly and neighbors were someone that you could count on. Some of the dangers that we see today are completely different than what we faced. Do you have any
So
special
true.
memories that you would like to share? Let us know in the comments below.
All right.
As always, thank you so much for
That's
watching.
Awesome. Thank
Nice, nice,
you for
nice.
creating this amazing video. Oh my goodness.
Yes, that just took me back down memory lane because it feel like I got some of the Generation X,
Right.
like the back part of it.
Absolutely.
Because if I'm born in '81, that's
Yeah.
when the millennials started, right?
Yeah, you started the millennial.
Okay, so I definitely got some of the, Generation
And
X.
I got some of it too. I was born in 88, but I still experienced so many of these things.
So many of
And
these
they were
things.
just so awesome.
Like, for example,
The television with
television.
the antenna. Yes.
And you had to turn the knob.
Yeah.
I remember that. And then if the knob break, you got to get some pliers to snap on there so you can turn the TV
And do you remember when we had to put aluminum foil
on the antennas.
Yes.
Yes, I remember that.
Wow.
I remember the old vehicles where you get in and if it's summertime, it's so hot in there.
Yeah.
The only AC you had was to do like this, to wind your windows down and get that air, man. Because there was no
Wow.
AC.
Those were the good old days.
was
These
no
kids
AC.
will never know. I remember us being able to go with our friends.
Yes.
And we would go far, like to the next city.
Yep. Just be back at that
Yeah.
curfew time. And our curfew time was like 9 o'clock.
And we were young. But I couldn't imagine our kids,
Oh man.
being as young as we were, traveling like that.
Yes.
I just couldn't imagine. Times have changed.
Yes.
Those were the good old days, and I'm just happy that I got to experience some amazing times. I remember the Jack and Ball.
The Jacks. I remember Skelly, where you had to put tar in the top and you shoot on numbers.
I don't remember
It was
that.
a really fun game. Yes, Skelly.
Wow.
You had to get a milk carton top, and then you put the tar in there and you smooth it out, and
Oh,
then you
wow.
gotta pitch it. It was a fun game, but it
I
was
never
back.
heard
it was
of
way,
it.
Yep, back in the day.
Wow.
Yep. Basketball, we had to have a crate, cut it out, and then get the nails and bang it up on the tree to play basketball.
Wow.
So times have changed.
Yeah,
These kids don't even go outside no more.
they don't.
They just on a laptop, on the phone all day, like they.
We got hurt
robots.
a lot. And we never wanted, I'm telling you, back in those days, even though I'm a millennial, But I remember the times when we didn't want to come in the house. That was like a punishment.
Yeah, like don't nobody want to come in the house.
If you had to come in and stay in the house, that was the most miserable thing ever. And now these kids don't want to go outside and play.
Man, if they get any of that sun, they coming right back in the house. I'm telling you.
What has happened?
We used to love that sun and play in it all day. Sweat, get you a drink of water, go right back out.
We used to drink from the water hose. I remember. Hose,
and then we used to turn on the fire hydrant and you know, let the water spray everywhere. And
wow, man, you were bringing us some good times.
Yes, I caught a lot of that.
Me too.
You know, and the last thing, my mom used to send me to the store to get her cigarettes.
I remember you told me that.
And I'm a little kid.
When I saw that on there, I was thinking like, Sean said his mom.
I'm like, what the hell?
Sent him to buy her cigarettes.
And they would give them to me.
And I remember I said, wasn't that illegal? But I guess it wasn't.
It wasn't illegal back then. Because the store owners would give it to the children.
Oh my goodness.
And then I would run and give them the, hey mom.
Give them to your mommy.
Yep, I got my little peanut chews or whatever. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely see how times have changed. And I think it got a lot to do with the technology.
I don't know, babe.
Yeah, because...
Yeah, most definitely.
Like back then...
They want to stay in the house and be on devices all day.
Right. We couldn't change the channel from the couch. We had to get up and change the channel.
Yeah.
Now you can just bam, on demand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Love movies. It's just,
these
times
kids
change.
don't have to work for anything.
Yes.
It's like handed to them, you know?
Yes.
They don't have to work for it. Have you seen the new generation? Their legs, no scars.
They are different.
I remember like having cherries on my knees.
They are built
from falling off the bike. You know?
They're built different.
They don't have it.
They online all day. Social media. You know what I'm saying? Times definitely changed. All right, there it is, guys. Go ahead and smash that like button. Give this video a big fat thumbs up. And also get inside the comment section. We appreciate everyone.
Absolutely.
All right? We thank you guys.
Yeah.
All right, and we thank God for putting us in this opportunity just to bring you guys more videos.
Okay.
Appreciate it. We signing off. Peace.